Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's Thursday, and I'm in Ohio. It's going to be another hot one today. It's going to be another 90 degrees or close to it. We've been lucky this week with beautiful summer weather. Ohio's always been kind of shoddy with their weather. Either you get a rainy summer or you get a semi-hot summer, which means it's usually 70, 80s and never really hits 90s but once in a while. This week we had a hot streak, I call it, like a heat wave, because it's been almost 90s every day. Today we might get some thunderstorms from what I'm hearing. So far it's beautiful out. I'm just coming on here to say good morning, and I'm out for a walk with my dog Lulu today. I usually try to walk her on a daily basis early in the morning because it gets hot and she can't tolerate the heat very good. Even if she's in the shade, it's too hot for her. I think even 70s, it's been too hot for her. So I'm gonna turn my camera and you can see my beautiful Lulu. If you follow my YouTube page, it's Missy and Ted's Adventures with Our Four-Legged Friends. We do a lot of adventures with our dogs. We do a lot of hiking. We do a lot of fun things with them. It could be just getting puppy cups. It could be getting ice cream. We go on vacations. They've been to Myrtle Beach. They've been to Pennsylvania. They've been to New York. They've been to Niagara Falls. They've been all over. So we do a lot of fun, cutesy adventures with them. We just got Lulu here a brand new swimming pool. She sees people, so she's getting excited. So she just got her brand new swimming pool yesterday, and she got in it a couple of times. Her sibling Harley, who you may have seen on my previous YouTube videos if you follow me on my YouTube channel. I always upload a lot of fun, cute videos. Harley's an 8-month-old Chiweenie. She's excited because she sees people. He enjoyed the pool, I think, a lot more than she did, but she got in, got cooled off, and then laid under the picnic table where the shade was. And then Mommy and Daddy got in with our two little dogs, Sunny and Penelope. You might be familiar with my story with them. I also have a YouTube video uploaded on Sunny and Penelope, which are my Chihuahua and then my Beagle Terrier mix. They love getting in the big pool with Mommy and Daddy. They like to float. Lulu, we just can't really lift her up the ladder. We don't have a deck where she could either jump in or we can just grasp her on a float. So we have to actually climb our pool ladder. Our yard ain't that big for a big deck. So we thought about buying or building a little smaller deck, but we haven't gotten to the plans of that yet. We're working on other projects first. But this is Lulu. I uploaded my bio, my story about her, just to give you a background history on her so that when I do upload future videos on my dogs, you guys would be already familiar with her if you follow my YouTube channel. Lulu's 5 years old. She's our special dog. I talked about her history with her bladder stones and medical conditions that she deals with on a daily basis. You may notice as I'm videotaping her stopping frequently. She has overactive bladder. She has bladder stones. Now, she did have surgery to remove the bladder stones. We're praying that they're still gone and they're not back. The only concern we ever have is when she does squat quite a bit. It just gives us a concern. But I just want to come on and say hello to my YouTube subscribers and just give you a little morning update with my dog Lulu. If you follow us on our YouTube channel, my husband and I, you will see us do a lot of adventures with our dogs. We love our dogs. They're all rescue dogs. They're spoiled. We take them on a lot of mini getaways, like mini trips, adventures, just different places that we're able to take them. We try to do something. Here's a tip for everybody. I try to give a little bit of a tip when I come on and do a video for all pet owners. Just a little friendly tip. if you love your dogs and you want to spoil them, but you just don't know how, because a lot of times families work a lot of hours, they don't have a lot of time in the day. But if you have a little bit of time, it could be a half hour, it could be even 15 minutes, it can even just be 5 minutes before you go to bed. However you want to do it, here's my tip. Just take each one of your dogs individually and show each of them maybe like 5 minutes of love, kisses, hugs, and support. And then just give them a little, like, it could be a potty treat. If you don't want to keep giving them a bunch of treats, just give them like a little potty treat, just to show that you love them, the same as all the puppies in the house. You don't want not one dog to feel any less than zero than the next dog. What I mean by that is, you don't want, and sorry about that, guys, you don't want to see her go potty. You don't want one of your dogs to feel like, kind of like humans. When your child says, oh, you love so-and-so better than me or more than me. Dogs can feel that same way too. So you want to just give them, maybe each individually, set out a half hour, divide that half hour up to however many dogs you have. So for instance, I have 4 dogs. So I would have to divide that half hour up between 4 dogs. Now Lulu, one of the ways that I spend time with her to show her my love is by taking her by herself for her morning walk with mommy. So it's usually between 8 and 9 in the morning, just because on the hot days she can't tolerate the heat. And so I try to walk her early enough where it's still shady here, and then the sidewalks won't be so hot. If I do feel like the sidewalks are hot, I try to walk her in the grass. So I give her water in the morning. As soon as I leash her up to take her out, until she's done drinking it, she'll let me know. And then when I walk out the door, I kind of just feel the air on how humid it is. I do check the temperature with my Alexa to see what it is out before I take her out, to make sure that she won't overheat. Sometimes I'll take a spray bottle, you guys. That's another tip. If you think it's really humid out, even early in the morning, such as right now, it's near 80 right now. Well, actually, it was 88 degrees already this morning when I walked out the door. Just bring a spray bottle. I'm going to go pick up an extra one, because the one that I did have broke. And just spritz your dog as you're walking to keep them cool, because a lot of people don't always carry like a bowl and a water bottle to have them drink along the way. Now I do have a collapsible bowl and just a normal like water bottle that you can carry like in a backpack. That is easy to carry. You could do that, because it would be it wouldn't be hard to carry it. If you put a vest on your dog and you buy one of them small collapsible rubber bowls, say from like PetSmart, Petco, Walmart, I think carries them, you can attach it to a vest. I don't have her in a vest because Lulu, as you can tell, she's a little on the chunky side. She just overheats too quickly, so I can't put a lot of stuff on her. So I try not to overheat her with, I just leash her up like this. And as you can see, we're still in a shady area, and she's walking comfortably. But I do know, if you carry maybe just a small little spritzy water bottle, just give them a little squirt and it'll keep her cool on her walk. That way she can make it home, if it's not a long walk, to get more water. So make sure they're hydrated before you go on your walk. Check the temperature with your Alexa or your phone app, however you check your temperature, news, whatever. See what the heat index is, the humidity, and even check right before you walk out the door, because you want to make sure she won't overheat halfway between your walk. So here I got a little bit of a breeze that helps, and my walk is probably about a mile by the time I get back with her in the morning. And then I let her have more water, and I'll give her a treat, and then I feed her breakfast. So she's on a special diet. If you watched my previous video, you'll know that she's on a Hill Science CD diet. It's very extremely expensive food. So she has to go in her cage to eat it, so the other dogs don't get to it, because I have 4 dogs. But this is just our morning walk. This is how I spend time with Lulu individually. I show her that I love her, and I show her that I want to be with her. I let her be the doggy that she is on our walk. If she wants to roll around, I let her roll around. If she wants to make stops, if she wants to lay down, I let her lay down. I just take my time with her, so I make sure I have enough time to walk her and not rush her, so that she's comfortable with the walk with mommy. Now in the evening when daddy gets home, we'll hook up all 4 dogs and we'll take them all at the same time. But during the day is when I take all of my dogs separately. Now Harley, he's an 8-month-old puppy. I walk him when we walk all 4 of the dogs at the same time. Like for example, when my husband's off of work and it's cooler in the evening or after dinner, or right before bed to get them tired. And then we go home and we sit on the porch and let them relax, and then we put them to bed for the night. Sometimes we give them a little bit of ice cream or some type of treat. But mainly the tip is when you have a bigger dog such as my Lulu, she's probably about, I think they said between 42 and 45 pounds. Her weight will fluctuate. So it's between about 42, 45 pounds. She's a beagle boxer. So she does have sometimes a hard time getting in the car, down the steps, just being that because she's a bigger dog. She hesitates. But the one main tip that I can give everybody when you start off your walk with a little bit of a chunkier dog, and I'll give you tips on my smaller dogs when I walk them. I will be walking them probably in a couple of hours. I may do it before noon while it's still on the cooler side. Lulu does have a swimming pool at home. I may go take her and walk her in it to cool her off before she goes in the house. I call her chunky dunking. But yeah, just a little bit more history on that. But the tip is once again, the first thing you want to do when you want to walk your bigger dog first. Unless you can handle walking all your dogs at the same time, but it's too hard for me. They pull me. And this is the way that I show Lulu my personal time with her, is spending time with her in the morning. So what you want to do, come on, Lulu. So what you want to do is check your Alexa, like I said, or your app, or however you check your weather. Find out how hot it's going to be, how hot it already is, and when it's going to start climbing, because it depends upon how long you want to do your walk. If you're a person that loves your 5-mile walks in the morning, and it's already humid, I would not take your dog on the 5-mile walk. I would do maybe a half-mile to a mile walk, or just a walk around the block to still get them exercise, but yet they won't be overwhelmed with it. And I don't know if you can see the trees blowing, but we do have a little bit of wind, which is helping. Whereas the last couple of days with the 90-degree temperature, it was nothing but heat, hard to breathe, and there was 0 wind. And then the next thing is if you feel like they can make it back home, hydrate them before you leave. And then the minute you get home, hydrate them. But carry some type of small spray water bottle that you think that will make it throughout your little venture out, whether it's a mile, 2 miles, half mile, etc. Use your judgment, and just spritz her along the way. Now, I did have a water bottle, but mine actually broke. It stopped spraying, so I have to get one, and I think I'm going to go do that between today and tomorrow and have that on hand for the rest of the summer. If you think that you want to bring a bottle of water and a collapsible water bowl, because you do want to do a little bit longer walk. In my case, I'm just doing a mile. So I'm just doing like a couple blocks. So if you feel like, I'm going to turn the camera around. She's making too many frequent stops, so she's not in camera range. So this is what to do, you guys. She likes to lay down. She likes to roll around. And I just let her, because she's being a good doggy. She's, I just tripped there. I don't like these flip-flops that I'm wearing. My puppy chewed my good flip-flops. So I'm in these plastic flip-flops, and they flap in the front too easily. So I'm always tripping on the sidewalk in them. Plus they're too big on my feet. But so you want to just, if you feel like you want a little bit longer walk and you do want to bring the water bottle, wear a backpack, a little mini one. I have the mini ones. So when my husband and I go to our local amusement park, Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, we wear our backpacks. And we just put some snacks in there, things like that. So get a backpack that's specifically for walking your dogs around the block on heated days, and then just carry like a 12-ounce bottle of water or 16-ounce bottle of water with the collapsible bowl, maybe a treat like a little snack, or carry your spray bottle and spritz them as you're walking along the block. So today we have a little bit of breeze, so I think she's okay. She should be able to make it just fine to go home and get her water. But other than that, I just try to keep it small walk, because I do have other dogs that I gotta walk. Now Harley, I don't have to leash him up when I walk, but he's still a puppy, so he's very playful. So he likes to just like, he's so high energy. So I wait for when Daddy gets home to walk with all four of them. And so what I do is after I walk all my dogs, I'll let him out and play for about an hour, get his energy out, and then he usually lets me know when he's tired, because he'll go to the door waiting to go in to lay down or eat or needing water. I usually try to leave a water bowl outside constantly, but when it is hot days, it's hard to keep it cold, so I also keep ice on hand. And then I always fill their water bottle up with ice. But on a heated day, like as of like 90 degrees, it's very hard to keep the ice in there without it melting in seconds. So I do keep it in the shade. I change out the water bottle, the water bowl several times throughout the day if they're outside. But when it's hot like this, I keep the air conditioner on in the house, and I keep them in the house until it cools down. But I hope these tips help you when you're walking like a bigger dog. I call her Chunky Monkey. She's a Beagle Boxer. She is a little chunk. I guess it's just their breed, because with the Hill Science diet food, we measure out her food according to her size. And we split, like it's 1 cup at a time, so we split it up throughout the day. So she can have 2 to 3 cups per her size and her breed. And we do like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but there's times that she don't always eat her food for breakfast, so it's there for lunch. So technically on a majority of the time throughout the week, it's 2 cups a day, because that's just how she eats. And I'm gonna turn my back on her. She's doing pretty good today. We are coming close to our road, but I really hope these tips will help when you're walking your dog to make it comfortable, not only for you as a pet owner, but for the dogs themselves. It makes it pleasant for the dogs, that they know that they're going to be comfortable on their walk and not hate going on a walk because they know what's to come. And as a pet owner, you're not struggling to get them on their walk. So this is just a few tips to help with a chunky dog like my Lulu. And I hope it helps. So I'm going to reiterate the tips real quick. Tip number 1, always check your area for the weather. Number 2, know how far you're going to walk. That's important, you guys. Know how far you're going to walk. I'll turn the camera on because she keeps getting out of camera range, and I'm sure you don't want to watch the sidewalk. Number 2, you want to make sure you know how long your walk's going to be. Calculate it. Maybe walk it on your own one day and be like, okay, this is a 2-mile walk, or this is a mile walk. Wear your Fitbit so you can keep track. Know if the temperature is going to climb during your walk. Make the determination if you want to pack a little bit of a backpack. Have a backpack solely just for your dogs, where you can put a snack in there, or a collapsible water bowl. What you can do on extreme hot days is just freeze your water bottle. Not where it's frozen like an ice cube and then you can never get water out of it, because even in 90 degrees, sometimes you have to wait for it to melt, and then you're halfway around your walk. So do it like semi, where it's starting to freeze but not quite freeze, and it'll still remain cold. Another tip on that one is just put a cozy on your water bottle, or switch the water bottle into some type of insulated can. It could be a thermos or something where it's not big and bulky, but it's where you could just pour it in the water bottle and it keeps it, or the water bowl, excuse me, and it keeps it cold. Number 3, carry a spray bottle when it's extreme temperatures to spritz your dog to keep them cool. I did have one, as I stated before, mine broke, so I'm going to have to go get a new one and do that for her. Now, the little dogs in extreme temperatures, such as the 90s, I do it for, but they're usually cold because I have a Chihuahua, and then I have a Beagle Terrier mix. They're like 12-pound dogs. They do get hot, yes, but not like Lulu. So I don't worry as much when I'm walking them as much as I do with Lulu. And then fourthly, just let him or her lay down when needed. So if you're on your walk and your dog wants to roll around on the grass, some of the times it's them just playing around, being goofy, or leaving their scent. They like to do that. They like to leave their scent, or they smell their dogs and they got to leave their scent. Most of the time, too, they want to cool off in the cool grass, so she wants to sit, chill, lay under a shady area. Just let them take their breaks. So if you're not in a hurry, that's why I say plan your outing with your pet, because you want to make sure you have enough time for all the pit stops, all of the playfulness they want to do to make their trip fun and their outing fun. And if she wants to lay in the shade, I don't try to let her lay too long. I'll be like, come on, Lulu. And if she gets up, then we're ready to go. But if she stays there, I got to stay there. So those are just some helpful tips. I hope this helps on your walk when you do walk a little bit of a chunkier dog. So if you have a beagle or a beagle boxer, or just a bigger dog, or they have a lot of fur. She has short fur, Lulu. She has short fur, but because she is on the thicker side of color, she's not fat. She's just thick-skinned, thick-boned. Anyway. So I appreciate you watching my video. I am on my road, so we're coming to the end of our walk. I do want to get her in and get her some water, give her a treat, give her breakfast, and let her lay down and relax in the air conditioner that I have on in the house. I think she's getting a little tired, probably because it is humid already. So I can tell she's ready to get home. So I only planned my normal, when I walk my dogs myself without my husband being home, just a mile, which is just kind of going in a square around my development here, just like a square, like several blocks, just kind of in a square. So she's familiar with this way. They actually know where to go. They know the land markings of where to turn. So she's really good about that. But if you enjoy watching my dogs, these are just like some tips as I'm walking them, just a little bit of demographics on my dogs, because the real videos that I do upload are usually on our hikes, on our adventures, our vacations. She likes to bury herself in the sand and get sand on her nose, so she's really fun with that. But yeah, these are just little demographics to get you guys to know my dogs. If you love dogs, this is the channel for you. If you love watching my dogs, definitely click the subscribe button and then click on the bell for any new content that I post, whether it's just walking them or showing fun things. Yesterday I uploaded maybe about 3 to 4 videos with them in their new swimming pool. My husband and I have an adult pool, so our dogs go in there as well. But Lulu got her own personal strawberry shortcake swimming pool. She got in it a couple times and cooled off, and then laid under the picnic table in the shade. Harley, my 8-month-old dog, absolutely loves it. He was jumping in and out of it. He was like taking a bath in it. So please follow me at Missy and Ted's Adventures with Our Four-Legged Friends. Click the subscribe to support me. If you want to see more videos on my four-legged furry friends, I have 4. And click the bell if you would love to be alerted on any new content I post. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you most of all for walking with me and my Lulu. I hope some of my tips help. I'm not an expert, I'm not a vet, but these are just experiences. I hate this cutesy moment. This is what she likes to do, and I just let her do it. And then she'll get up, shake it off, and let me know she's ready to move on. Sometimes she'll lay back down and roll again. And then I let her sit and relax. This is what I was talking about before. If they want to just lay here in the shade, she'll get up on her own and let me know she's ready to continue. It is shady over here, so she likes to roll around in the grass and just kind of cool off that way. But we are at the end of our walk here in just a second. So subscribe to Missy and Ted's Adventures with Our Four-Legged Friends. Click that bell and follow me for more cute videos of my four-legged friends. Have a great day, you all.